Hi, this is Shadab from B Buzz. Today we have our guest Ismail Ibrahim, who is a newly elected councillor from Ramwat Bolton. Assalamu alaikum, Ismail bhai. Welcome to B Buzz.
Shadab bhai.
Yeah, do you mind speak slightly louder? Because
Sorry, my apologies.
the
Sorry.
echoes as well, if possible.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, first of all, congratulations on the election, mashallah. And brother, can you please introduce yourself as well?
Yeah, I'm Mohammed and I'm part of the executive of the Green Party, so I'm the treasurer for the branch.
Okay, so we have two Green Party representative here. Okay, brother, first of all, would you like to say the priorities of Ramwat ward and also all Bolton in overall?
Yeah, so when I stood, I listed a number of priorities, and this is based upon the needs of the residents and the concerns of the residents. Fly tipping was one of them.
Right.
The potholes issue. We've got a pothole pandemic in Runworth Ward at this moment in time.
Wow.
We're having issues with street lighting as well. We've got general litter.
Yeah.
So there's a number of issues, and one of the biggest issues right now that's coming up, and I'm getting a lot of casework on, is actually fly tipping.
Fly tipping. You know, when we talk about fly tipping, do you think is it locals who throw this making, or is it people from outside? Because
It's a combination.
It's a
It's a
combination.
combination. People actually come into the area. They look for spots or areas where there's a less chance of getting CCTV evidence, or evidence that can be reported into the council. So they look for spots, and they'll pull up in the vans and they'll throw out sofas, mattresses. But at the same time, we have people who live within the area.
yeah,
Some assume that it's a council service. Some assume that people or residents can put rubbish out for the council to come and collect and take away, but they don't realise what they're doing is, in turn, they're actually fly tipping, which could lead to a fine of £600.
okay,
But I think, this is about educating people, giving people an understanding of how to go about reporting fly tipping, if they witnessed it, if they've got evidence, how to go about reporting it.
Okay.
One is also, if they have bulky items, how to have bulky items removed from their
yeah.
property.
You know, we will talk about that, the process of getting rid of the fly tipping. What do you think? What encourage people to do fly tipping? Is it because they not reported so often?
It's easy.
Why
isn't
do
it?
we have fly
It's
tipping in
easy to
Bolton?
fly tip, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you can just go out back of your door, and a lot of people they'll put something out, and they won't even put it outside their own back door. They'll put it outside the next door neighbours.
Yeah.
Or somebody, for example, whoever it is, will just put up some waste in their vehicle, whether it's a van or a car, and they'll find a quiet back street somewhere, or a piece of land somewhere, and they'll just dump it. It's easy because there is a cost related to it.
Okay.
But at the same time, they can go to Rakes Lane, they can go to the tip and drop the rubbish off at the tip.
Do you think it's an increasing issue now because you've got less regular bin collections, bins are smaller, and in terms of visiting Rakes Lane, I think it's once a day, and you have to have a vehicle for that, don't you?
Yes. So what happens is, Mohammed and Shadab bhai, as residents,
Yeah.
a household in a car, you can go and visit Rakes Lane 52 times a year.
Yeah, so once a week.
So once a week.
Yeah.
Once a week.
Once a week.
With a big item.
With anything that fits in your car.
Okay.
With anything that fits in your car. There is also, if you've got a larger vehicle, I think you get 18 visits per year. I think
There's a bit of a difference.
there is a difference.
Yeah.
You've got to register your vehicle, etc. But for everyday household, you can take your car.
And it's free.
It's free.
Okay.
It's free. Go to Rakes Lane, and you can dump the rubbish. They've got designated areas for wood, for plastic, for rubble. So they have, but it's a great service.
Yeah, and how often do you get a report of fly tipping, or do you walk around your area and see fly tipping?
So for today's show, I'd seen some fly tipping. I was driving just nearby Willows Lane.
Okay.
So I was going to make my way to Penrith Road and take a picture, because the day I saw the rubbish, I couldn't stop. So on the way to Penrith Road, I thought, right, I'm going to go to Penrith Road, I'm going to take a picture, get the location, and we'll do the podcast. But I turned up Church Avenue and I looked to the left. So this is behind St. Helens Road.
Okay.
And further down, I think around 78 St. Helens Road, there was a double mattress and a bed base there. So I quickly turned in, I took a picture. So I'm going to report that. I've then turned back round, back onto Church Avenue, and I've just on the next street, back of, I think Rosebery Street, there's again another double mattress, but there was a car behind me, so I couldn't stop and take the details and take a picture. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back for that. So on the way to Penrith Road, then I Caledonia Street, and there was a fridge in the back street. So somebody's dumped a fridge in the back street. So trying to get to the location that I wanted to use for this podcast, I ended up, I think 3, maybe 4 sites, 4 sites where there was fly tipping incidents. So I've had to make a note. So in terms of fly tipping, it's a regular occurrence.
And how often do people report you?
I'd say at this moment in time, at least a couple of times a week, I get maybe in passing, people do stop and say, "Oh, Ismail, there's some rubbish here. Please can you report it?" And I get messages as well. I get WhatsApp messages. People do ring me and say, "Oh, somebody's dumped this and somebody's." But what we want really is we want evidence to try and find where this rubbish is coming from.
Don't you think council can invest some CCTV around areas if they want to get rid of these fly tippers?
So we do have CCTV.
Yeah.
It's finding locations where to install the CCTV cameras, because you've got to find the location, the right location. Plus, sometimes people damage these CCTV cameras as well, the recording.
Can you have like street lighting and stuff as well? Does that need to be adequate?
Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
You'll go and you'll find a hotspot area.
Yeah.
And then what happens is, these people are smart. They're not daft.
Yeah.
What they'll do is they'll see a CCTV camera, and then they'll stop dumping there, and they'll find the next, and they'll go to the next street.
Find the next location.
Yeah. So it's like a bit of a catch-22.
How many CCTVs can you keep on putting up?
Yeah.
Because they'll just find another area and
That's it.
on.
Yeah. And now at this moment in time, we've got lots of properties that have got CCTV.
Right. Even the door ring can
the ring
get,
camera, so that does the front of the property,
camera,
But even at the back of the properties, I have a friend of mine who lives on Olive Street, and he's sick and tired of Olive Street backs onto Barber Street, constant bin bags, and there's always some kind of fly tipping going on there. So he's investing in a camera.
I feel like there's some key hotspots at the moment, and you're picking up on them from your own observations, but through residents coming to you as well to say, "Look, there's rubbish here." I think we should be, as a council, we should be tackling some of those areas, shouldn't we?
Mohammed, a lot of people who live in our area, they take pride in our area. They're proud. They're proud to live in our community, and they're frustrated as well. They are frustrated because a lot of people that live in our area, they're not causing the fly tipping.
Yeah. It's always minority.
Yeah. It's just people coming in. There's people, and like I said, some people are even today think it's a council service that you can put a bed base outside or a mattress outside, and the council will turn up and take it.
Did you try to educate them? This is not a councillor service. There is a process you need to go through.
Yeah, so we do try to speak to people and inform people, but
so with that assumption that some people are thinking it's just a council service, really they're liable for a fine potentially, aren't they?
Yeah. So we've got an enforcement team that go out, and if there's a hotspot area, they'll knock on doors, they'll give letters. The letter will clearly state that fly tipping is an offence. Right. It tells you about the fine that you can get, and it talks about reporting. It talks about the bulky waste collection as well. Mm-hmm. It talks about, I think they even talk. So the enforcement officers tell the residents you can go to the tip, you can report into the council, you can have the bulky waste collected as well. Okay. And if you're on council tax support, if you get council tax support, you're entitled to one free bulky item collection per year. And there's things like this that people don't know.
See, when you say you are on support, so those people who are working hard, they don't want any support. You still want to pay them extra. I'm from Manchester. Manchester, you can get up to 2 items per year for free.
Okay.
So why can't you have such service in Bolton as well?
Well, we can look into that. There's
Yeah, yeah.
We're always looking at ways on how we can improve
Yeah.
the council service. So if Manchester is offering that, then obviously we've got to look at our budgets and to see if we can actually give that offer. The balance is this, and this is where the accountants come in. So the cost, you've got to look at, is it costing us more money to have the bulky waste or the fly tipping removed from the streets, or would it be cheaper to have free collection? Maybe even once a year. It's worth sampling, it's worth trying, but it all boils down to budgets to see, how, you actually look at the costings and the staff costing as opposed to.
Okay, so for now, if someone see a fly tipping, what are the process to report? Do they have to report you or?
So there's two ways. One is they can contact me as their ward councillor.
Okay.
So for
So
the residents,
if they live around Ramwat, they can contact you. Do you mind? How do you contact you?
So
exactly?
for me, I've got an email address, a council email address, which is ismail.ibrahim@bolton.gov.uk. So for Ramwat ward, they can contact me or my two colleagues, or if they live beyond Rumworth, just go on the Bolton
Around
Council.
Bolton.
Yeah, just go on to the council's website.
Can you please also show that, like how
Yeah.
exactly?
So in terms of if they're living beyond Rumworth, they just go on the council website and check who's their council and then report it to them. But the second way of reporting fly tipping is actually doing it yourself. And by going on the council's website and putting in the details, and you'll get a ticket and everything. I can show you how to do it.
Brother Ismail, help us to exactly help us our viewer how exactly to report a fly tipping on Bolton website. We'll try to share this screen so that everybody can see.
I've put in on the Google search bar fly tipping Bolton Council, and obviously it's come up as fly tipping Bolton Council here. So I'm going to click on that. Right, here we are. So we've got fly tipping, and it's telling you about what is fly tipping, and it tells you what is fly tipping. It gives you the details as a breakdown. I'm going to scroll down, and we come to how to report it. So there's three main areas: fly tipping on council land, fly tipping on Bolton at home estates, and then there's accumulation of waste on private land. So if it's private land, somebody's dumped loads.
Is that like an empty house or something?
Just land.
Just any land, right?
So it could be a private piece of land,
right?
And somebody could have put a load of fly tipping on there, and sometimes it could be a hazard because somebody could set fire to it and cause harm to nearby residents. So the Pennath Road one that I saw this morning, that I was actually making my way to this morning, that's on council land. It's in the back street. So I'm going to go and report fly tip on council land. So I'm going to touch the tab there, and it says here, report fly tip, start now. So street, here we go. So I'm going to put down Pennath Road. And then find street. So there is, I think, that's it. So if you use, it's not come up for some reason. Let's try again. Okay, search again. All right. It's come up as Pentathlon. It's one of these. It's done a, here we go. Here we go again. Pennath. Here we go. Pennath Road. There we are. And then, if you press the button, the actual tab there, it's come down as Pennath Road. I'm going to click on that. And here we are. If you see that now, it comes up with the map, and it's here. So, the location, back Pennath Road is here. That's Penrith Road here. And what we want to do is find number 10, which is about here. So there we are. So I've actually clicked it there, and I'm continuing. So, just check that's where it is, yeah. Continue. Location description. So it was 2 times wardrobes. Oops. 2 times wardrobes. And that's all it was. So I don't have to put anything extra. If it was a fridge, freezer, or whatever, I could obviously put the details out. Sometimes there's loose rubbish, there's wood, there's carpets, washing machines. So you can just put the whole detail down there. You've got 250 words. So anyway, I'm going to continue that. What type of rubbish has been left? And it tells you here. So you've got a full list: animal carcass, asbestos, obviously household. So I'm going to go to the one that suits ours, other household waste. Yeah. Because, yeah, that's what I'm going to go for. And continue it. What size is the fly tip? So I would say those would be a small van load. I'll go transit van load because I think there was 2 single ones, so I think it'd be a transit van load. And I'm going to continue. What type of land is it on? It's in a back alleyway. So again, you've got choices of where it is. And hazardous? No, it's not hazardous. But if it was a fridge freezer, I would class that as hazardous because you have the gas cylinders inside them. So if it is hazardous, then you can click yes, but this isn't hazardous. So here we go. And then continue. Do I know who's left a fly tip? No, I don't. But if you do, you can put it, and you can actually put the details in confidentially. And you don't have to give your personal details when you're reporting other people. So then that way what happens is the enforcement officer will go out, they'll make some inquiries. They'll knock on the doors and make some inquiries. So do I know who's left a fly tip? No. Is there any evidence? Example, in this case, we haven't got any. But again, you can provide CCTV evidence and you don't have to give your details. Continue. There we go. Like I was saying, your name optional, last name optional. I will leave that blank and I'll continue. Again, telephone optional, email optional. You don't have to give your details. So it's pretty strict. And this is quite a simple process. The only reason it's taking a bit of time is because I'm just talking you through it. Continue. Here we go. Check your answers, location, wardrobes, other household waste, transit. So all the details there. The names are not there. Contact details are not there. Now you're ready. Submit. Thank you and there's your reference number. So you've got your reference number and it tells you as to what happens next. We will investigate your report and only contact you if we require further information. If you need to contact us about this case, please quote the above reference number in any correspondence. Yeah? Straightforward. That's Penrith Road. Actually been reported.
It's been reported.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's quite easy process as I can see, and hopefully, as I mentioned, we'll share the screen for our viewers as well to see. So let's talk about the enforcement. Okay, first of all, once it's reported, how long does it take for council to take action?
So there's a 5-weekly cycle.
Weekly cycle.
So there's a 5-weekly cycle, and if they can get there before, they'll try and get there before.
So up to 5 weeks, don't you think it's a bit long?
It is, but it's something that we're working on. It's something we're trying to work on.
I think the council's got lots of pressures on its services as well, hasn't it?
There is.
So
yeah, there is, and like I said to you, I was trying to get to Penrith Road to try and find this particular site. En route, I've seen multiple fly tipping sites. So there is a lot of pressure on the council. So the community, the residents of Rumworth and the residents of Bolton need to work with the council, and we need to find the people who are creating these, you know, offending regularly, because they're regular offenders. Once they get a fine, £600, and a slap on the wrist, you'll find that.
When you say a fine, how often council fine people for fly tipping?
I'm not exactly sure of the details, but there is on the council website. They do provide stories as to such a body's been fined. It's regularly reported in the Bolton News, but there are fines made regular, and we as councillors do get reports. So our Runworth Ward enforcement officer does give us reports in terms of this many people have been fined, or we've issued this many penalty notices. So we do get it differs from month to month.
I think when you were reporting as well, it said that if, as you're saying, you could submit some evidence if you've got like Ring doorbell footage, if you've got a camera on your property that looks into that back alleyway, you can send that in as well, can't you?
People don't want to get involved, basically. They do want to get rid of fly tipping, but they don't want to get involved. Once they start putting their details and even evidence, then they might be eligible to go in a court to,
Yeah, but what it is, a lot of it's optional.
Yeah.
Your details are optional.
Yeah.
You don't have to put your name.
Yeah.
It's then up to the enforcement officer to go out and say, look, we've got evidence.
Yeah.
And then have the conversation.
Okay.
And then it obviously...
So can they still give evidence without mentioning their name?
If it goes to court, then you have to obviously...
You have to available,
yeah. You've got to...
Right.
So, but that's if it gets to
court.
But
that is optional, so yeah.
But prior to that, sometimes some of these things are resolved before it gets to court.
Okay.
And also, if somebody gets a knock on the door from the enforcement officers and the individual gets told that we've got evidence against you, then, it acts as a deterrent. Yeah. And sometimes they just admit guilt and take the fine.
Do you think even in fly tipping there are repeat offenders?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
There are, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
They do get caught, they pay fine and they still...
No, I don't, unless they've got a
lot of money.
A lot of money, yeah. I can't see that. Once or twice.
Yeah, so what is your message for the people who don't report fly tipping in Bolton?
I think we should. I think we've all got a part to play. Yeah. We all have a part to play. It's our ward. We want our streets to be clean and safe. A simple one. I mean, a fridge freezer is dangerous. Kids end up playing. And if you've got a large fridge freezer, a kid can go inside. Somebody could close the door on it. Obviously, they can push it out or something. Yeah. But if it falls over, it can hurt people. A bed, the sofas, if they start ripping the actual, the material off them, it's got staples and nails and stuff,
springs and all that,
so it's not just that. It creates an obstruction.
Yeah.
One of the biggest problems we're having right now is missed bin collections because of obstructions. And if somebody's dumped a sofa or a mattress in the back street and it's creating an obstruction, the bin men can't get down the street. So what happens is we end up with missed bins.
That's whole street. That's a whole street potentially.
And then it's adding a burden onto the service. So we just need to work together. We're all responsible in a way, and we can all contribute to making our streets cleaner and safer.
Okay, so you so far mentioned two ways to report a fly tipping. One is through our Bolton Council website, and second to contact the local councillor.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your final message for people who are watching this, and how do you think, want to encourage people to report fly tipping? Yeah,
look, if you've got bulky items, use the council service. It's £41 for up to 5 items. These about, I think it's £82 for 6 to 10 items. Yeah. If you're on council tax support, you get one free collection.
Free collection.
Make use of it. People don't know that they have that opportunity. Make use of it. Go to the tip if you can. Dump, because the last thing you want to do is get for £41, you can have 5 bulky items removed. If you put it outside your door and you end up getting fined, you're getting fined £600.
£600. How easy it is to let council know even after when you want to pay?
That easy. Really.
That is it through website?
Yeah,
can they also let councillor know?
So on the website, it even tells you the bulky item collection. I think if you report, so I think if you got a bin collection day on Monday, if you report it before 12:30, you'll have it collected on a Tuesday.
Right.
So you'll get it collected the following day. Straightforward. It's not difficult. You can phone.
Can they contact you as well if they want?
Yeah. Listen, more than happy for people to contact me.
If someone wants to pay and then Okay, you'll sort out.
They don't pay me. They pay obviously.
Of course, I'm into counsel. Yes.
Yeah. So what
You
they
will
do,
help them as
and
well.
I'm more than happy to help.
So is it just you or any counselor will help?
Yeah,
Is
they
that their job?
We're elected to
Yeah.
support the residents. So when it comes to council matters, we're there to help.
Yeah, okay, viewers, if you want to get your, big items collected by counselor, do contact their website, boltoncouncil.co.uk, and also your local counselor. They will help you to manage this collection, and then there's a process to pay to Bolton Council. You can do it online. Right, so thank you, Brother Ismail Ibrahim, and thank you, Brother Mohammed, for your precious time. We'll try to bring such podcast again to educate our viewers. And Brother Ismail is going to lead this program. He will hopefully come back again next week. So we record this program on Saturday. We'll try to be every Saturday, inshallah, until we will achieve our goal. So, thank you very much. Thank you, brother.